A very long time ago, I fell in love with yoga. And it took me from a place of complete unconsciousness, behavior that was devastating my life, my self-love, the people around me, from a very stressed out state, although I was enjoying advertising. And it placed me into a more conscious and mindful place, and it gave me a feeling that I never really experienced. It was like this peace that I just tasted began to be something that I used to look forward to. And it was probably the first time I ever noticed the difference between a noisy mind and a busy mind. And now I witness the obsession that the West has with yoga. And I know that it's not a bad thing. And I also know that there's a place for me to bring light to something that is also the shadow side of the practice. And the shadow side of the practice, I've witnessed people moving out of their light in a sense of striving for a peace that they believe that only yoga can bring. And there is the danger of yoga, because there's no peace like being in your purpose. There is no joy or love or light than being in the purpose that you were created to be. If you're using a technology to help you to step into your purpose, then I believe that would be a good use, be it digital technology, be it spiritual technology. And the trap I've seen is that the posture becomes the purpose. To become the yoga teacher is the purpose. And I want you to know that you have a purpose, that your soul, that God, that the divine creator has pre-programmed into the intelligence of your being. And that is so much more important right now than having to drag yourself out of bed to practice something you don't want to practice. And I've posted before and I've said, let love be the motive for all your adventures. If you love your practice, then you are in the sweet spot of the journey of your life, of your ever unfolding purpose. If love is not the motive, then there's a question that I have about a spiritual technology, and in this case yoga, being a distraction from the true purpose that you have. Because yoga is not the be-all and end-all of everything. I was using yoga subtly, it crept in. Yoga became a coping mechanism for me. I couldn't get through my day unless I had done my practice. I couldn't do my work unless I had done my practice. I couldn't deal with such and such unless I was topped up. That is a crutch. For God did not create us to have to walk through life with a crutch. You are perfect as you are already. There is an equipping process, not a crutch that has to be leaned on. And so what happened was, when I got injured and I couldn't practice and everything became too much for me, I ended up doing something profound. I changed my life. And by changing my life, it allowed me to move back into the center of the flow that my soul was calling me to be in, the sweet spot of the river of life, because I was trudging on the river bank and I wasn't able to function properly without my practice. So in that sense, it's like an addiction. I might as well have been drinking alcohol or having caffeine or whatever it may have been. And so I realized something important for me was to take breaks from my practice to be able to identify the areas of my life which needed work, because the yoga technology is so good that it can allow you to cope with anything. And the danger of that is the distraction from the calling which has been placed upon your life, upon your heart. And the danger is that we don't face the things we should be facing because we're too good. Not doing drugs, but doing the spiritual technology a disservice. It's here to support us. So that's my message. Let the practice be towards your purpose. And whatever holds you and supports you while you're in a place of love with it, use it and use it with glee. And when you're done with it, leave it and walk on. For the good news is there's a place for you that doesn't involve stretching or practicing or running or sprinting or having to do anything. There's a place that you can wake up every single day and feel the deep peace and love and joy of life that is your natural birthright.